I think Chiwetel Ejiofor
Yes.
is the villain
Yes.
in the movie, but I heard it was so bad.
That's Fuqua? I
Yeah,
didn't even know that.
because him and Wahlberg did Shooter,
Mm-hmm.
which I just rewatched not too long ago. And then I had heard that movie was supposed to be released, and then either COVID or just the studio kind of recognizing this isn't a good movie. We don't want to get embarrassed at the box office, so we'll just dump it onto streaming. But I'm kind of curious how shitty that movie is. It did not look good from the trailers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't really... I saw I had the free trial for Paramount for a while, so I had it when that movie was dropping, so I saw, like, the advertising and everything for it, but it never really grabbed me. I didn't even know it was Anton's project.
So speaking of Gyllenhaal, what are your thoughts on the Michael Bay movie, Ambulance?
I thought that trailer fucked up because they give away way too much, but it does look like an okay movie.
Yeah.
Coming from Michael Bay.
It's got Yaya.
Mm-hmm. And, oh God, what's her name? Isa Gonzalez, yeah.
I'll give it a watch. I know you said you couldn't get like 20 minutes in the Six Underground.
Because it's like...
And I can't remember the last Bay movie I watched. But I'll give it a watch because it's Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
I was really disappointed, and it is a good movie, but Nicolas Cage's Pig.
See, and that's another one where a lot of people were praising it and saying this is one of the best films of the year and this is the best Nick Cage movie in however long.
No way.
And then...
Yeah, it's got a fucking 97.
Yeah, that's insane.
But it's one of those films that just literally nothing happens. I mean, stuff happens, but it's just like the craziest slow burn. It has... I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but I went to see it in the theater because I was really stoked on it. Because I feel like Nicolas Cage now is more like the modern Bruce Campbell in a lot of ways, you know? So I was like...
Yeah, he's kind of leaning into doing like some crazy stuff and taking some big swings.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, let me see what this is all about. And when I left the theater, I was just like, that was alright, but what did I just watch?
Yeah.
You know, like it's just not what you're expecting, but then you just feel underwhelmed. At least that was my perspective. Just not what and everybody comparing it to John Wick and all these things that's just wrong and false advertising.
Yeah, am I gonna go see Nicolas Cage like kick the shit out of 30 guys?
Nope.
Shoot 30 guys in the head at close range. Yeah. Okay. I was hearing that too. And then just by reading some of like the recaps like on the end of or like the best of lists at the end of the year, I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a John Wick movie at all.
It's nothing like it's. I feel like I don't know if he will be, but he should be nominated for his performance. He did a great job. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but as far as what the movie is really about, it's very... there's not a lot to it. And once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. Very overrated.
All right.
Pig. Almost talked about everything. I wanted to give a shout out to James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I really loved that one. Nobody else went to see it apparently because it didn't make any money.
Really?
No.
Did everyone just watch it at home on HBO Max?
It was on Max, so maybe, but it bombed hard.
Oh man.
Which is insane because that cast is stacked, and you have James Gunn.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He's one of the the few Marvel movies that I'll go watch will be the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, because James Gunn is great.
But then again, like I liked Birds of Prey, but that didn't make money.
I think one of the issues with Birds of Prey is it was coming out around the time that COVID was starting to come around. Yeah. So I think maybe if it had had another couple of weeks, maybe it could have made some more money. But I think by the time that was coming out, it was
people
clear
were getting
that something
scared.
Was starting to go on, and people were like, "Yeah, maybe I should stay away." It is a fun movie, though.
Mm-hmm. You saw it?
I did.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It is fun. She's a lot of fun in it. Rosie Perez is great. Mm-hmm. Rosie Perez should do more movies because she's always been great.
I'm glad you you loved her character, because everybody I talk to, I always say, "Oh, she shouldn't have been in the movie." Like, she was like, whatever.
Rosie?
Yeah.
Rosie Perez is awesome.
Yeah.
And Mary Elizabeth Winstead is great too.
Yes. Did you like Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It was a very enjoyable movie. I watched it on your rec.
Thank you.
And I had a lot of fun with it. Fuck those people saying that Rosie Perez shouldn't be in the movie. Rosie Perez is awesome. Rosie Perez should be in more movies.
Yeah. Like, was Pineapple Express?
She's great in Pineapple Express. White Man Can't Jump is one of the all-time greats.
Yep.
And she's so good in that movie.
But Suicide Squad, very good movie. A definite upgrade from the last one.
Yeah.
From the 2016 version. So, if you haven't already, check it out.
Which was funny, because 2016 version was kind of trying to do the Guardians of the Galaxy thing and ape James Gunn's style, even down to the music.
Yep.
And just didn't really connect, so they gave James Gunn the chance to make that movie, and that's a bummer that it didn't do well.
But they did get their spin-off show on HBO Max, which for John Cena, so that's cool for them. But yeah, I really enjoyed the new Suicide Squad. King Richard.
Yeah, you said it was very good.
I loved it way more than I was anticipating, for sure. And it's pretty much like because Will Smith actually tried to do something than just be Will Smith or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. He can be a great actor in a good movie, but he kind of wants to be the movie star from time to time. But every now and then, he'll put in a hell of a great performance. And King Richard's one of them, huh?
Yes.
It's a movie I kind of feel like just got completely forgotten about.
It did. It's got a high, it's like a 90-something on Rotten, so critics were loving it, but again...
It seemed like it just kind of came and went.
Nobody went to go see it. It was also on Max.
I'm wondering if that's the thing.
Has to do with it, yeah.
It gets released on streaming, and people are just like, oh, I'm not going to bother going to the theater to see it. I'm just going to stay home and watch it.
But it's a real shame, because it's a great, uplifting story, true story, about Venus and Serena Williams, their struggles trying to get into the... just getting into the tennis world, I guess. John...
It's got my man John Bernthal in it.
Yeah.
He's got a great mustache.
Yeah. And he's so good. A scene stealer for sure in that one, as always. And he has a lengthy part this time, finally.
We were just talking about Widows last night with Susie, and it's like, John Bernthal's in it for like 60 seconds.
Literally. Oh, man. That guy's so funny. But yeah, King Richard... highly recommend. Solid performances all around. And a rare, serious performance from Will.
It's a movie you asked me if I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it was, I'll watch it, but I just...
in a hurry.
I didn't feel the need to go to the theater with it, but I've also been very cautious about going to the theater and only really going to see the movies I really wanted to see in the theater. And that was one. So I might be guilty of it, of contributing to its loss at the box office by not. But I didn't watch it on Max, so I can't say anything there. But yeah, it wasn't a movie that I was not going to watch or dislike. It was just kind of like, yeah, I'll watch it, but I don't feel the need to go to the theater.
I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, I'll see it when I see it. But I do that with a lot of movies, where it's just, I don't want to deal with going to the theater, even if I do go at odd times most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just, that's a movie I kind of want to see, but not enough to go out. I'll wait for it to hit streaming, or wait for it to hit HBO or something. So, not a knock against King Richard itself, just, I'll see it when I see it.
Well, another one that you haven't seen yet, but Judas and the Black Messiah is
really want to. It's on my DVR actually. Just haven't
good.
gotten to it yet.
So good.
Another guy we were talking about last night. We were talking about Kaluuya.
Mm-hmm.
Another Widows reference where I was like, he's so good in the movie. He doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue, but he's super menacing in that film.
Or even
great.
Screen time, but when he is on screen.
Yeah, now that's another movie that's got a stacked cast where pretty much the four main women in it have the majority of the screen time, as they should. It's called Widows.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else who's in that movie, so good, even if they have limited screen time. And that's one of my favorite Kaluuya movies. Even if he's only in a handful of scenes and only has a handful of lines of dialogue.
It's definitely one of the strong points of that movie, for sure.
Yeah.
Scary.
Not to get off on that Widows tangent, because we could talk Widows all day long again.
We should
as
do
we've
that.
done a couple of times.
Yeah.
We should do like a deep dive on that movie and cover it. But Judas and the Black Messiah, it's got Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes. Basically about an undercover, a mole within the Black Panthers.
Yeah, it's about, and Kaluuya plays Fred Hampton.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Kaluuya is it's like a hauntingly raw performance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where you don't see Daniel anymore. Like he's like transcends into that character. And it's amazing. The movie, I mean, obviously it's kind of sad. I'm sure you know where that story goes, but it's about the journey, and it's worth taking the ride. Very good performances, very solid score throughout. I'm not sure who did that one off the top of my head, but yes. Watch it as soon as you can, man.
I will. I'm excited to watch it. It's been parked on the DVR for a while. I have weird ways of watching stuff on the DVR. So sometimes I jump around, and sometimes I like literally start at the bottom or the top and work my way up or down.
Also, Yellow Jackets, as far as television, is something I don't...
It's recording right now. Yeah. I'm waiting until I get all the episodes before I watch.
It has 100 on Ron.
Really?
Yeah. Perfect score, which is amazing. Great cast. I feel like I wreck it every episode now since it's been out.
Well, we talked about it before. You've wrecked it before. I mean, we've talked about Juliette Lewis when we did Strange Days. Mm-hmm. You know, Melanie Linsky.
Again, yeah.
It's great, as always. Christina Ricci. Mm-hmm. And Tawny Cypress. Right? Those are the four leads?
Yes.
Yeah. It's aired maybe 6 episodes so far. Mm-hmm. I think I'm trying to think of like the DVR where it's at right now, and I think it's 6, maybe 7 episodes out of 10. So I'm really excited to watch it. I will watch it as soon as I get all 10 episodes, so I can kind of sit down and watch over 10 consecutive nights.
Also, I don't really like sci-fi original programming unless it's The Expanse, or that's where it started, right?
That's where it did start. Yeah. Now it's on Amazon.
But Chucky was a really interesting television premise. I was really unsure how that